Yo, what up? It's your boy, Mr. E, and today we're going to do a challenge called If I Get a Question Wrong, the Video Ends. A lot of my favorite YouTubers and streamers have been doing this video challenge where they pick a rule of something in their video game that if it happens, then their video is just over. It just turns off, no warning, it's just done. So I thought we could do this with a quizzes today that Miss Plyler and Miss Morris created for me. So what my goal is going to be is I'm going to be able to take this quizzes and get a hundo on it, and then I can end the video how I want to end it. However, if I get even one question wrong, boom, over. The video's done. We just end it there, okay? I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try. All right, it looks like they texted me the code. So I'm going to type that in here. We've got 001682. We're going to join. And Mystery 6, we'll keep that name. Got to have the memes on faux show. But yeah, I'm really excited about this challenge. I'm excited to see if I'm going to be able to get a hundo on this test, if I can, prove my math skills. I mean, I'm a teacher. If I get one of these wrong, this is going to be pretty embarrassing. NANI? Who's Mr. E Smells? All right, enough fun and games. Time to get down to business. Let's get this quiz started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quizzes! Here we go. Question number 1. What kind of triangle has exactly 2 sides? Congruent sides. I mean, all triangles have 2 sides. We have an isosceles, a scalene, an equilateral, or not here. Well, something I know is that the 3 names we see, isosceles, scalene, equilateral, those are all the names of triangles. It's a side name. So those definitely are going to be our answers. We're not looking for acute, obtuse, or right. But for exactly 2 congruent sides, scalene means no congruent sides. Equilateral would mean all congruent sides. So isosceles would be the answer here. Now, one thing we do need to remember, though, is that isosceles is actually at least 2 congruent sides, but I get what this question's asking, so we're going to go with isosceles. And we got it correct. The video's not going to end here. It says it looks like I peaked. I hope not. I'm hoping that I can get a couple more questions right. All right, number 2. A triangle has no congruent sides, an angle measuring 90, 50, and 40 degrees. Which classification is correct? Scalene acute, equilateral acute, isosceles right, and scalene right. Well, something that I know here is that it has a 90-degree angle in it. So that means it has a right angle, so it's a right triangle. So these 2 problems, not going to be so right. I need to be careful. If I accidentally click on it, the video would be over. So it's going to be between isosceles right and scalene right. Now, something I noticed is they didn't really tell us about what the side measurements are. But something you can do is if the angle degree measurements are all different as well, it's going to be scalene. You'll learn more about this in middle school, but opposite to an angle, the side has to be congruent. So what I am saying is if it's 50 degrees and 40 degrees, those 2 opposite sides are not going to be equal. So it's going to be a scalene right triangle. And we got it correct. All right. Ooh, I'm going to get a power up. Let's see what kind of power up I'm going to get. Power play. Everyone gets 50% more points for 25 seconds. Unfortunately, Mr. E Smells gave up, so I don't think I'm going to need that power up. All right, next question. The figures share a characteristic. Which statement best describes these figures? They are all trapezoids, they are all rectangles, they are all squares, they are all quadrilaterals. Well, something I know about trapezoids is that they have only one pair of parallel sides. And I can see in this one, this has all parallel sides, so that trapezoid one wouldn't be right. They are all rectangles. I think we can clearly see 2 of them are obviously not rectangles, and the third one too, not a rectangle. They are all squares. Again, pretty clear, not all squares, but they are all quadrilaterals. All you have to do to be a quadrilateral is have 4 sides. And if I look at this, it looks like each of these shapes has 4 sides, so let's go with this answer. Ding, 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 got it right. Awesome, we're doing a great job so far. Let's see if we get a hard problem coming up. Ooh, we've got a graph here, okay, or an image. All right, which shape is classified correctly? Shape 1 and 3, shape 2 and 4, shape 1, 3, and 4, or shape 1, 2, and 3. These questions can be kind of tricky sometimes because there's lots of numbers and you're like, okay, wait, is this one good or is this not? So let's look at the flow chart, okay? We've got quadrilaterals at the top, so it seems like everything that falls under it is going to be a 4-sided shape. They're split into non-parallelograms and parallelograms. It looks like we have nothing under non-parallelograms. And there are things that are not parallelograms that can still be considered a quadrilateral, which is a trapezoid. So kind of weird that that's that, but let's take a look. So shape 1 is under parallelogram. So we would have to think that this is a parallelogram. So it seems like this side and this side are parallel to each other, and this side are parallel to each other, which is the definition of a parallelogram. Two sides are parallel to each other, two pairs, okay? So that shape 1 looks good. So we can cross off this answer, okay? But every other option is still in there, okay? Shape 2, that looks like we have this side is parallel and this side is parallel, but if this kept going, these would eventually intersect or cross each other. So it looks like shape 2 is not really a parallelogram. So shape 2 is kind of out of the picture here. So that takes away this red option over here. Let's take a look at shape 3. Shape 3 looks a lot like shape 1. They're both parallelograms. So I think shape 3 would work. And shape 4 is a rectangle, and it has two opposites that are parallel to each other. So my thought here is it's shape 1, shape 3, and shape 4, which is this one right here. Boom, got it right. Doing awesome. Boring is, boring, like into the earth. Ha ha ha, good meme. All right, number 5. Which triangle is classified as scalene and obtuse? So let's remember, a scalene triangle has all sides different. None of them are congruent to each other. And an obtuse triangle has an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So A over here, it has all equal sides, so that would not work. B has a 90-degree angle, so we can know that no other angle in there will be greater than 90, so B is out of the picture. C's looking pretty good. We don't have really anything to tell us. We'd probably have to get a ruler or a compass out. Not a compass, a protractor. Mystery, get your math tools right. But this shape looks like this is greater than 90 and all the sides are different. And D, these two sides, when we have the lines, that means they're congruent to each other. So looks like C is going to be our answer, and we've got a good answer. 5 in a row. We're doing great. We still got 10 more problems, but at the rate we're going, we're going to keep it going. Got another power play. Again, not going to be very helpful since Mr. E-Smells decided to quit. All right, question number 6. What does congruent mean? Man, this is easy. Similar, equal, intersecting, parallel. I think all of us know. You're probably all screaming at the screen right now. Equal, equal, equal. Similar is something you'll learn about in middle school. Hang tight on that. Intersecting, that just means when they cross. Parallel means when they don't cross. So, boom. That was easy. I could have done that in my sleep. All right, moving on to the next problem. Which of the following best describes the triangle below? We've got a scalene right, equilateral acute, isosceles obtuse, and isosceles right. Again, these little dashes right here, that means that they're congruent to each other. And from what we just learned in the last question, congruent means equal. So equal, equilateral, and acute, all equilateral triangles are acute. Oh, look at it, it's so acute. Yo, where'd my memes go? I was having memes, where'd they go? Mr. E loves the memes. All right, a triangle has angles measuring 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. The triangle has two congruent sides. Scalene acute, equilateral acute, isosceles right, and scalene right. So again, has a 90-degree angle in there. So we know it's a right triangle, so the first two options are off the board. And it says it has two congruent sides. Scalene has all sides that are different. So we're gonna lock this answer in here. Easy, easy. Man, did Miss Morris and Miss Plyler turn my memes off? They're like getting angry I'm getting all these questions right. All right, which quadrilateral has exactly one pair of parallel sides? We've got a trapezoid, a rectangle, a parallelogram, and a rhombus. I remember from Meet the Quadrilaterals that we had a very, very sassy quadrilateral named Olivia that was very unique because she only had exactly one pair of parallel sides, and that was Olivia the trapezoid. So that's going to be a good answer. 9 questions down. I'm feeling good. Okay. These questions are a little tricky, but let's see if we can get it right. Okay. Which figure belongs in the section of the Venn diagram labeled 5 congruent sides? So we haven't talked too much about shapes that are more than 5 sides, but these are things that you guys have learned in 3rd and 4th grade, so you guys should be pretty good with this, okay? So on the Venn diagram here, on this side, it's all congruent sides, so we'd have a little dash on every side. And this one says 5 sides. So it looks like in the middle, it has to be all sides are congruent, and it has to have 5 sides. So let's take a look at A. It's it's got those little dashes all around. Looks like they're all congruent, so that's good. And let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 congruent sides. I think A is gonna work, but we're high quality students and we wanna double check to make sure we've got a good answer. This shape has 4 sides. Out of the question, it's a rectangle. The shape has 4 sides as well, it's a square. Out of the question. This one does have 5 sides. However, it's pretty obvious they're not congruent to each other. So the correct answer will be A. Boom. Venn diagrams are easy, guys. We can totally do it. Let's see if we can get a power up that will actually be helpful to us. Streak saver, ensure your streak against a wrong answer. Again, doesn't help me because if I get a wrong answer, the video's over. So we're trying to get a hundo here. We're almost there though. I think we can do it. Which statement is true for all rectangles? All of the sides are congruent. They have exactly 4 sides. They have exactly 6 vertices, or all the angles are all acute. So this is the tricky thing about these types of problems. The word all. This means every rectangle there is in the book will have this. So let's remember what makes a rectangle special. They have 4 90-degree angles or 4 right angles, okay? So all the sides are congruent. Well, if all the sides are congruent and it has 4 90-degree angles, then yes, that would be true. However, not all rectangles have to have all sides congruent, okay? So a rectangle doesn't have to have that, so that's not going to be right. They all have exactly 4 sides. That is true. Every rectangle has to have exactly 4 sides. So I like that answer a lot, but let's keep it moving. They have exactly 6 vertices. Vertices is just a fancy word for corner. So that means it would have 6 sides. So rectangles don't have 6 sides. All the angles are acute. Acute means less than 90. Oh, it's so little, so acute. But we know they have all 90-degree angles. So it looks like the only thing that would apply to all rectangles would be this one. They have exactly 4 sides. So be careful when it has that like all or nothing. It's reminding me that I haven't used my streak saver. I'm not going to need that. I don't plan on getting any of these wrong. You know, I'm Mr. E. I'm good with math. So, all right, this next question. Which figure does not belong in any section of the Venn diagram? So we got another Venn diagram problem here. On the left side of the Venn diagram, it looks like it has all congruent sides, so all those funny little dashes. On this one, it says all congruent angles. So we can see this has 4 90-degree angles. And here, it's a regular polygon. In the video, Meet the Quadrilaterals, Naomi the Square did mention she was a regular polygon. But all a regular polygon means is that they have all congruent sides and all congruent angles. So an equilateral triangle is a regular polygon, a square is a regular polygon. That pentagon we saw a couple problems ago that had the equal sides, that is a regular polygon. So anything that has all congruent sides and all congruent angles is a regular polygon. You should probably write that down. But let's take a look. Looks like A, as funny as it looks with all the dashes. Can I make this a little bigger? Yeah, let's take a look at it a little bigger. Yeah, it looks like all congruent sides, all congruent angles. A is gonna, be good. B, that is a funky polygon. I would not want to meet that in a dark alley. I'm thinking B is probably going to be the answer, but let's keep looking. C, it looks like it has congruent angles and congruent sides. And D also has that. So the only one that would not really be considered a regular polygon would be B. So yeah, that's not going to be a regular polygon. Hey, my memes are back. I like carbon before it was coal. Shout out to Miss Plyler for all the science stuff. All right, moving on. Another Venn diagram. Hey, these always look a little tricky, but if we can use our logic, we can definitely get this right. Which figure belongs in the section of the Venn diagram labeled rhombuses? I like to call them rhombi, but rhombuses is also a good word, okay? So A, B, C, or D, okay? So we're looking for a shape that fits in rhombus. So what makes a rhombus special? That was Hannah, the rhombus, right? She said that she has all congruent sides. That's the only thing she needs, all congruent sides. Doesn't matter what the angles look like, they're all congruent. She is a parallelogram. So A looks pretty good. They look like they're all the same size. Again, I'd probably have to get a ruler out to just double check. It looks good. B, not congruent, not all congruent. So that would not fit in the rhombus side. C, not all congruent, and this one looks kind of like a rectangle too. So we're looking for one that belongs on the rhombus side. So I would say that would be A. Boom. Man, 2 more problems left. Easy peasy. We're gonna end this video how I want to end it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have talked so soon. Which shape is not classified correctly? Shape 4, shape 5, shape 7, shape 8. So let's open this up a little bit, okay? So we have a category or a column that says right angles only, so that means they only have 90 degrees. So shape 1 is a square. Shape 1 has 4 90-degree angles. Shape 2 is a rectangle, 4 90-degree angles. I think everything in that column is good to go. Next, we have acute angles only. Shape 3 looks like an equilateral triangle, and we know all equilateral triangles are acute. And shape 4, oh, those look obtuse. That looks a little bigger than 90 degrees. So I think shape 4 is a good option for maybe not being so true. Obtuse angles, yeah, those are bigger than 90. Those are the thick boys. And both acute and obtuse. So it looks like we have some acute angles, some obtuse angles. So yeah, I think shape 4 is the one that is not classified correctly. So let's choose 4. Awesome, awesome. 15th problem, completely perfect. We're gonna get a hundo on this. All right, ooh, a true or false? Okay, they can be easy, but they can be hard too. Is the statement true or false? All squares are considered rectangles, but not all rectangles are considered squares. Okay. Man, they had to throw the last one as a tricky one. Okay, so what kind of is throwing me off here is the all word. All makes you second guess a little bit. But so all squares are considered rectangles, okay? So a square, if it has all 90 degrees, that would be a rectangle. I can agree with that. But not all rectangles are considered square. I don't know. The word all is throwing me off right now. I'm not too sure. I think this is false. I'm not super sure, but I think this is false. Let's try it. Wait, no.